Welcome, guys. Again, it's been about a week. A bunch of new things to talk about. It's your boy Lazinon. So, first and foremost, we're going to check on my good old friend here, Bitcoin. It appears that we have reached a new all time high in the last 2 days, somewhere around 123K. I mean, this is nothing special to be honest at this point. It's just what is expected. You know how it is. If you understand the power of Bitcoin, you understand why it's at such prices and why it's forever, as long as there's gonna be money printing, forever gonna keep going up. Of course, in between there you will have markets, bear markets and dips and crashes or whatever. Normal manipulation stuff, but of course, if you're in here for the long term, you know that you're going to basically have the best way of saving money. Of course, don't forget this is not financial advice, but let's get into more juicier stuff. So, what we have seen here that's been happening is what we call Bitcoin dominance going down. So, I will pull up the chart of Bitcoin dominance. Yes. Oh, and look at that. So, what you need to understand is that we were going from strength to strength this whole time. Okay. So, ever since we bottomed out somewhere here in 2021, and of course, crypto had a bear cycle around here from here, yeah, to all the way to here. That was when people were saying, oh, it's going to be a Bitcoin only cycle. Well, of course, Bitcoin has its value, but of course, there are other cryptocurrencies and things go in cycles. All right. A lot of people forget to notice the power of zooming out a little bit. So, also with what I'm trying to bring on this channel of investing, for example, as you can see from 2022 in September, where it finally bottomed out, to all the way to June 2025, 3 years, Bitcoin dominance literally went up. Right? That's basically 3 years of up dominance. It reached a level of 65%, and within 2 days, we have reached 63%. Of course, Bitcoin dominance is gonna keep falling. It's not gonna go in one straight line, right? It might do a little bit of this, go down, retest around these levels, go up, go down, go up, go down. It's very important to watch what's going to happen until the end of the year. I think something more like this is going to happen, where it's going to reach around maybe 50%. And but we will see. Time will tell. We're not here to speculate. We're just here to give you a good vibe of what's going on. What I do want to talk about is Ethereum, which is, of course, has been, if you know anything, this is the whole point of crypto. Well, second point of crypto, the power that of crypto, what's going to revolutionize everything, right? And we have here what Ethereum has been showing amazing strength after this whole movement here from 3,600 to 1,400, where people were panicking and everything. Ethereum were, well, look at me, straight to 2,800 or 2,900. Another dip, so it's a chance to get in for people who missed, for the market makers to fill up their bags, and straight up 3,400. What we want to see is Ethereum finally pass its all-time high here. Of course, it's going to test these levels, but it's going to take some time. Well, I would say anywhere between now and the end of the month, we should be seeing Ethereum reaching its all-time high. And it's going to be scary hours, because if it's going to be able to get past the all-time high, then we enter into price discovery. And I think Ethereum is one of those assets that has been relatively underperforming throughout this whole cycle so far. So I think it's really time for it to make its push, maybe to the 6K, 7K, maybe even 10K, because the amount of like underperformance that it have, it's really could slingshot in a crazy way. But this is again just speculation. Like I said, if you took the advice that I was given this whole time and DCA'd into positions right now, you would be really, really good. And of course, you can also trade, but like I've told you before, if you're working a full time job or if you're studying or doing something else with your life, well, trading can be an option, but it's really something that you have to know what you're doing, right? This is the least amount of effort you need to put into at least be able to beat inflation and make some money. One more thing I do want to speak about is Coinbase, because also right now they are having an event for Base and releasing a new wallet and everything. And yeah, you can basically see that in the in the rally they've had so far. So yeah, Coinbase is doing really cool stuff. They have their earnings at the end of the month. Coinbase is basically printing number one exchange in the US. So what do you expect? Either ways, like I say all the time, guys, please remember to invest. It's very important to invest and keep your eyes open. Like you don't have to make it something super crazy. Just do what you have to do. Invest on a pretty often basis. Either that's monthly or weekly. Somewhere between there would be very great. If you can do that, don't worry about the price in the short term. Just take this time to build your future. And yeah, that's pretty much it from my side. Again, thanks again, and have a nice day, guys. Cheers.